welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna do another GIMP tutorial. Yeah, because our last GIMP tutorial got a ton of views. I really appreciate that. You guys left a ton of support on that. Really appreciate it. Today it's gonna be a little bit different. I didn't have anything in mind, so I'm just gonna do like an overview of GIMP and the different stuff you can use. So we'll do with it. So I'm just essentially gonna go over this, and then I'm gonna go over the filters, because the filters are really besides all this and the filters, I don't really use much of anything else. So I'm going to start off with the rectangular select. One of the things you can use it for is to get rid of a certain portion, but I particularly don't do that. I use this tool. We'll go over all that kind of stuff later. But as you can see, let's say I want to take this bit off of that Baraki. I can, but sometimes stuff happens, and like let's say I want to draw over his face. I can't. I can only draw over here. Why? I want to be able to do some more stuff. You can just do that, and that also works. There's probably some other ways. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the easiest way for me. The same with the clips thingamabobber, and that works essentially the same. This is the pre-select tool, and this is what I use to essentially key out characters and stuff like that. Really quite handy. I love it. This is the fuzzy select tool. Not the greatest for a photo like this, but essentially it's the magic wand tool in Photoshop. I don't use this select by color. Oh, I think this is just the same exact thing, just by color. I would not know. I don't use it. This is more of a beginner, so if you're like, you know exactly what you're doing in GIMP, this might not be the best video for you. This is just your regular old scissor tool. Not much happening over there. Foreground selector. Nothing new. Paths. My other video really goes in depth with paths, so I won't go in depth with it. I really suggest you watch that other video. It teaches you everything about transparency and all that kind of stuff. Color pickle is very handy. You can get different colors and shades and stuff. Zoom, so you can just see the beautiful Barack Obama's eyeballs. Also, you can use the number keys, as you can see I'm doing, but that's really to get in depth. 4, 3, yeah, 3 is fine. And this is just the measure tool, something that probably won't need to use. This is just the moving it around tool, move tool. Alignment, I personally don't use this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It's aligning things. Crop, very important. I was confused with this. I had to look this up. What was the crop tool? Because usually it is not this like little razor thing, at least from my personal experience. But that is it. Also, Shift C. If you have not changed your controls around, if you hover over these, it will tell you the different keys. So this is, for instance, Shift R. This is rotate. Also pretty self-explanatory, and you can rotate it and whatnot. And Control Z is to undo, by the way. Scale tool, once again, very important. And I actually will show you a little thing about this. This little button here, this makes it so when you drag it and whatnot, it stays. Well, if you go like that, it's doomed to happen. But the width and the height matches up, so it won't get all weird looking. This is shear tool, just sort of makes it look weird. This is the perspective tool. You might have seen me use this in a couple of my thumbnails. It gives some definition to everything. I wouldn't really suggest using it. I mean, unless you're making it for a thumbnail or something. This is pretty handy. This is the flip tool. If you want, some more room over here, as you can see, it does sort of distort a little bit. This is K transforms, whatever you want to call it. I don't particularly use it, but probably a lot of people do. Text tool, very important to use and to know how to use. So let's just write, hi guys, how's it going? And going, I think, is spelled wrong. We'll just write hi guys. That's plenty. So if you want to change the colors, you just click that little bit where the colors are and you can move them around. You can do this, which is a little bit more complicated. This, which is really easy. This, pretty easy. And then that color picker. I suggest you just use this. It gets you a little bit more used to Photoshop and whatnot, because this is what it looks like on Photoshop. So we can move that to complete orange, as I normally do. Now, up here where I'm erasing, that is where you can change the font. So you'll see in a lot of my videos I use this font. Boom. I don't know why it looks so low res, but whatever. A bunch of different fonts. Here is your classic, like, underline, bold. It doesn't really work with this font, but it will work with most other fonts. This is just the baseline, so you can change the baseline of it. And that's just like the keying of, well, really where your stuff is positioned. Pixels and that all that kind of stuff. This is a bucket tool. Come on, bucket. And you see, this is what I mean about using this tool, I believe. Please don't make me look like a fool. What? Come on. Just get rid of that. I don't know why, but bucket tool. Everyone knows how to use it. This is the gradient tool. I've also went into this in deep detail in my last video, so I really suggest you watch that. There will be a link in the description for easy access. This is the pencil tool. Acts like pencil. This is a paintbrush tool. Acts like a paintbrush. This is the eraser tool. Acts like an eraser. This is the airbrush tool, which is actually very important. So, let's use the color picker. Okay, there, and we'll airbrush some more of the same exact tone, color, and let's say down there, and then we can smudge it some, and then blur it out. Obviously, it's not great, but that is why the airbrush tool is so important. Like the pencil and those things, those are really important, but I would rather have the airbrush because it really does make a difference when you're trying to do like photo transformations and stuff, because it adds that little bit more detail. I really do like it. And you see, you can still pretty much draw with it, and it can really transform someone's face, especially if you blur it out properly and all that kind of stuff. And I'll go in a little bit more depth about doing something like that. This is the ink tool. Sorry, I don't really use this. A clone tool. You press Control and wait, boom. And this is how celebrities and stuff. Obviously, I'm not doing a great job, but this is how celebrities. See, if you do it wrong, it will do this. This is how celebrities, like in Photoshop, get thinner and stuff, because you're like, wait, this person was 20 pounds overweight. How do they look so good now? That's how people do it. This is the healing tool. Once again, I don't use it, but I guess it's, once again, helps with that. This is the perspective clone. Once again, some of these tools I just don't even use. This is the blur tool. I really suggest doing this if you're into, if you're doing photo transformations and stuff, because you can really, like, places where like it looks really weird, you can blur it out so people won't notice it as much. This is also very important for thumbnails and photo transformations and essentially everything. It is a smudge tool. Very important. Of course, if you do it incorrectly, it's gonna look like crap. As you can see down there, that does not look very good. But if done correctly, you can make a very, very, very convincing photo. And this is the dodge burn tool. And essentially, I mean, I don't really know what it's used for, but it seems to, you know, sometimes when you get you know how you get a sunburn and stuff, and sometimes you can get a little bit paler in that spot, something like that. So it does sort of, it makes whatever your, you know, your character or whatever, and it just sort of burns them, and it makes them a little bit paler. So that's pretty important. So right now I'm gonna show you, I mean, it's not gonna be too in depth, but just how important these 3 tools can actually be, because I was talking a lot about them. And actually the dodge and burn could also be important, but it's just gonna be a little bit too much work for this video. I want to keep this video kind of short, and trust me, this is not my best work. It's no masterpiece at all. If anything, this is gonna be pretty bad, but it is the kind of thing you do need to mess around with, and you do need to see what works for you, because my technique might not work for you. Who knows, you might use the healing tool for something like this. You know, you teach his own, as some might say, but this is just how I do it. I smudge it and stuff. I've spent a couple hours making a really, really good one, and it turned out quite well. I did actually another one with someone that had a ton of wrinkles, and it went really well. I took like 20 years off of her or something. So, I'm not the master at GIMP, and you know, I don't claim to be the master at GIMP. I don't know why that just did that, but I'm not the master at GIMP or anything, so everyone has their own techniques. Don't feel feel free to do whatever you want to do. This, I just think, could help a couple people out with some struggles they might have in GIMP. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please make sure, why is, okay, I don't know why he's what, a brush now? Wait, can we like draw him? This is officially the best thing in the world. Holy guacamole. Yes, this is why you should all have GIMP. This is why you should all have GIMP. This is why you should all have GIMP. So, once again, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like. And, you know, as you can see right now, you can just start working on your thumbnail and stuff. I mean, it's really easy to use. I use it. Don't think this is just like oh, I'm just gonna make this video and stuff. No, I actually really use these, use the software for my videos, and I actually really enjoy it. I was actually gonna get, I was gonna get Photoshop, but you know, this is a nice alternative. It's a little cheaper, well, a lot cheaper, and yeah. So once again, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.